Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. On one of his travels, Guruji came to a town and stopped at the house of an old Sikh called Chandawadi. He was very poor and was in a fluster as what food to place in front of Guruji. He went to the local town not knowing what to do. While he was there, he saw a gathering of people and went to see what was happening. It was a wrestling match and the local Nawab was parading his champion. Now the champion was called Maskeen and was tall and muscular and was undefeated. He stood while the proud Nawab challenged all of the town if there was any person who would take on his champion. Maskeen strode into the middle of the large circle, flexing his muscles. No one dared step forward for fear of serious injury. When Chandawadi heard the prize was 50 rupees, he thought that if he could get the money, he could use it to buy provisions to place in front of Guruji. He stepped into the ring and declared his intention to wrestle Maskeen. All fell about laughing. How could such an old man who was just skin and bone take on the mighty Maskeen? As the two opponents came close, Maskeen asked, "What are you doing, old man? You have no chance against me. What possesses you to fight me? You are going to get seriously hurt." Chandawadi said, "O champion, Guru Nanak Dev Ji is coming to my house today, and I have no food to place before him. My only chance is to beat you and use the prize money." Maskeen fell into thought. "I have heard of Guru Nanak," he said. "They say he is Khuda himself. I would also like to meet him." After much soul searching, he said, "Old man, if I let you win, will you take me to see Guru Nanak?" "Yes," said Chandawadi, "but what will become of you? If you lose and lose to an old man, your patronage will end, and what will become of you?" But Maskeen did not hear this all. He could think about was meeting Guru Nanak Dev Ji. So it happened. After a few moves, Maskeen fell to the ground with a thump, and as planned, the old man put his foot on his chest and claimed the prize. There was pandemonium, there was riot. The proud Nawab was humiliated and disowned his wrestler. Maskeen's reputation was ruined. He knew that he would be turned out of his house. His family were even more livid when they heard what had happened. They planned to do away with him. They hastily dug a trench under his manja and stuck in spikes and covered the whole thing with large palm leaves. They planned to murder him and then plead with Nawab to let them stay at the house. As Maskeen finally got away from the crowd, he could not find Chandawadi in all the commotion and wandered home. His favorite daughter met him en route. She had seen what had happened and told her father. But Maskeen was a broken man. He did not care what happened to him. He shuffled to his house and went straight to the manja and lay on it, fully expecting the whole thing to collapse into the hole underneath. But nothing had happened. His little daughter ran to him and peered underneath. "Papa, I can see a man in robes holding up your manja," she shouted. He just knew. Maskeen jumped off the bed, and before he knew it, Guru Nanak Dev Ji stood before him. He fell to his knees, placing his head on Guruji's feet. Guruji sat him down. "O Maskeen, you were willing to lose everything for me. I am now here for you." Guru Sahib Ji blessed him and said that he would be remembered for always. 5th Sarup Guru Arjan Dev Ji adds Maskeen's name to the 15th slok in Sukhmani Sahib Ji. "Saki vase Maskiniya aap navartale, vade vade hankarya nanak garab gale. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh."
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Sat Sangat. Our next speaker is Sahib Singh Sethi. For the judges, it is on number 12, but he is coming first. Sahib Singh Sethi. He will be sharing with you the Sakhi of Guru Nanak Dev Ji.
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Saki named Guru Nanak Dev Ji in Hardwar. Guru Nanak Dev Ji always preached against superstitious, false rituals and idol worship. He said there is only one true God. One time when he was visiting Hardwar, he saw as the sun comes out in the morning, people start offering water with their hands towards the sun from the river. He asked the people what they were doing. A priest replied, "We are offering water to our dead ancestors." Then Guruji started throwing water towards opposite direction to the west. The Hindu pilgrims were surprised and asked Guru Nanak Dev Ji about what he was doing. Guruji replied, "I am watering my fields in my village." The priest asked, "How can your water reach so far?" The Guruji said, "How far are your ancestors from here?" One of them said, "They are in the other world." Guruji said, "If this water can't reach my fields, which are some 100 miles away from here, then how can your water reach your ancestors who are not even on this earth?" They realized the point made by Guru Nanak Dev Ji. One should not be superstitious, false rituals, and only believe of the existence of one true God. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. So this was Sahib Singh Sethi. Now our next speaker is Nihal Singh Gulati, number 9. Nihal आया वैसे? Okay, first of all Nihal Singh Gulati. ਤਿਆਰ ਪ੍ਰਤਿਆਰ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਇਹ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਬੋਲਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦਾ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਰੁਕਦਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਛੇਤੀ ਹੈ। ਆਓ ਜੀ ਫਸਟ ਆਫ ਆਲ ਸਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਦੈਨ ਕਮ ਅਪ ਸੋ ਜਗਾੜਾ ਬਣਾਉਣਾ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਿਰਪਾਨ ਪਾਈ ਗੱਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਪੂਰਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਬੋਲੇ ਸੋ ਨਿਹਾਲ।
ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ Guru Nanak Dev Ji 10 golden rules ਸੁਣਾਵਾਂਗਾ।
Very
ਨਾਮ ਜਪੋ, ਕੀਰਤ ਕਰੋ, ਵੰਡ ਛਕੋ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।
ਅਸਲੀ ਗੱਲ ਇਹੋ ਹੀ ਹੈ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਸਾਥੀਆਂ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਬਾਕੀ ਇਹਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਹੀ ਹੈ ਸਾਰਾ। ਸੋ ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ। So now his brother, his elder brother, Nihal Singh Gulati will come to the stage.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਦੇਵ ਜੀ ਕਾ Queen of Black Magic ਸਾਖੀ ਸੁਣਾਵਾਂਗਾ। One time Guru Nanak Dev Ji came to a village. He sat down under a tree to meditate. Mardana asked to get some water from the village. Guru said yes. After Mardana went into the village, he saw a group of women. The woman thought he looked funny, and when they asked him where he came from, he answered them in a language that they did not know. They thought he sounded like a bleating lamb. They decided to turn him into one. So one of the women stepped forward and blew on a string and put it around Mardana.
He went down on all fours and started bleeding like a lamb. Guru Nanak knew this, and he asked Bala to come and help Mardana. When the woman saw two more strangers, they decided to have some more fun. Another woman stepped forward and put a string on Bala and said, "Bark like a dog." Guru Nanak took the string off and said, "Be what you say." The woman who cast the spell barked like a dog instead. They weren't really scared. They still thought it was pretty funny. So one of the women tried to cast a spell on Guru Nanak, but instead her arm froze stiff in the air. They started to get scared. They went to the queen to ask for help. In the meantime, Guru Nanak took the string off Mardana. When the queen came, she tried every spell she could to get the woman okay, and every spell on Guru Nanak. None of them worked. She asked to let her sisters go and to teach her his magic. Guru Nanak said, "Show kindness and love, and see God in everyone. Remember God, and the heavens will shine down on you." The queen fell at Guru Nanak's feet. She promised to always follow his teachings. Satguru Nanak Pargataya Miti Tan Jag Janan Hoya. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.